Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Is everybody getting ready for Christmas? It's been crazy here. Finally got my son moved. Holy, glory, as my grandma used to say. Anyway, that's finally done, and it's just been a really busy weekend. And I know I am really late to the Christmas game this year. I managed to get one journal done. Haven't finished the snowman one. Maybe I'll get it finished over Christmas and I'll put it in the shop if anybody wants it. If not, next year. So, and I'm put some embellishment kits together, and I've been wanting to do this. And this was an idea I had when I got these lovely cigar boxes from Serenity. So, what I did, I have 3 of these available, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see how interested everybody is, because I know it's really close to Christmas, and, everybody might be kind of Christmased out at this point. But if you're not and you're interested, if you want one of these, what I want you to do is just email me at carlafrizzell@yahoo.com, and I'm going to put that email address, and I'm just going to do them through PayPal, because I'm going to go through one of these. And then they all have the same amount of items. Some of them are identical items. Some of them are not. They vary because they're handmade. So there's handmade stuff in here, and then there's just stuff from my stash. And but they're all close enough. You know what I mean? They're all pretty much the same. Okay. So each one. So the box is, now it's kind of stuffed, so it's not closing, but, so you're going to get this box, and they're really cool. They're Canadian cigar boxes, and whoever had them used them so that there's a thing on each one where he put his little parts in, okay? So just so you know that. But I think it would be really cute if you want to use this for storage. You could just find you a really cool vintage label or something. You could cover that up. Or just use them like they are. They're really cool boxes. And they're, let's see, they're like about 2 1/4 inches deep and like 8.5 long and 5 inches in width across. So they're pretty cool boxes. So I'm just gonna go through one. And so what I did was I made a scrappy tie. One of my scrappy ties that it's pretty long. And each one is using the same types of fabric, okay? I almost did them identical as far as the way I put them together in order and everything, so that everybody would sort of get the same thing with the same fabrics. And these are just bits and pieces of all my Christmas stuff that I had left over. And then I stitched them onto, this is actually a piece of sheet that I had that I tea-dyed. And I had to just cut it into strips, and I made a bunch of these. Sometimes I use muslin, it just depends on what I have, but this is an old cotton sheet. So you get a scrappy tie, and I did it in white stitching. I stitched 5 times, so the stitching doesn't show up really well on camera, but the stitching is there. But I wanted it more subtle than using the black this time. So you can use that around a journal, or you can cut it up in little snippets, add things to it, whatever you want to do. So then inside the box, I have a little glassine bag full of goodies. So it's tied with some really nice red baker's twine. This is thicker than your average baker's twine. This is really fun to use on tags and stuff. I love it. I actually picked this up at Target in a 15-yard roll. You pay a little bit, well, you don't really pay much more than regular baker's twine, but it's a nice thick baker's twine. I like it. And then in this little goodie bag here, and I'm going to try to do this, there's a bunch of stuff in here, y'all. I'm going to try to go through this fairly quickly, but not rush through it. So, there is a vintage milk bottle cap in each one. There are these 2 little Christmas tree stickers that are really pretty. There's, I think there's 3 or 4. I think I put 4 vintage Christmas tags. Some of them are, I think they're all vintage. One or two may be from some that I printed and cut, but I tried to pick the ones that were actually vintage. There's two little red, two or three, they were stuck together, little red doilies. These are really pretty. Two little envelopes that I picked up at Michael's a couple of years ago. I've had these, I got a bunch of them. So there's two of those in each pack. Now this is some stuff, Jessica sent me some things too. She had a bunch of stuff in her Christmas stash, and I know I'm not gonna use it all, so I'm sharing some of that with you as well. So what I did was I had a strip and I cut these in threes because I thought these would be really pretty. This is like a sticky fabric trim. And they would make really pretty embellishments on little tags or on your pages, just little snippets. So there's a gold piece and a red piece. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little different types of little edging that you can use. Then there are a couple of little snowman tags that were left over from some paper I had when I did my snowman journals last year. So there's 3 of those. And then there are vintage labels that say handmade by. So there's 3 in each little package. Really cute. There is a vintage Christmas card. And I actually found these at my my favorite store earlier this year, or maybe it was last year, I don't know. I bought a bunch of them, but I thought they were really cute. Even has that little sort of deckled edge on the front of the card, and they have not been written in. So there's one of these, same kind of card, and you can see the aging on it. So there's one of those, a little claim check, a vintage flashcard, and I always add these cards in. Then there are these little stickers, and these are some more things that Jessica sent me. So what I did was I just split them in threes. So you have 2 little bows, 2 little gold bows. You have 2 Christmas trees, and these stick really well, and they're like dimensional, but not super dimensional. They're still pretty flat. Some little presents, 1 little holly leaf, and then these are little. They have like the little pop dots on them, so they're like little ornaments. Okay, so that's some fun stuff there, and all that comes in this little bag. Okay, so I'm gonna slide this sort of over a little bit. Then there's another little bag, and you can kind of see this, so I'm not gonna take this all out. I hope you can see it, because there's a bunch of white snowflakes, a bunch of red snowflakes that I punched out of cardstock. There's a wood Christmas tree. There's a wood star. 2 little green Christmas trees, and a little red wooden heart. So you get that little embellishment pack. And then I'll show you, well, I'm going to show you this. So in each one, I haven't sealed it yet because I wanted to show this. So in each one of these, this is where some of my handmade stuff is. So you're going to get a hidden paper clip. So the back side is an envelope with double-sided paper, and the front side has a little reindeer. Now these are similar in each one. The other 2 envelopes on the other ones are a little bit smaller, and they're red snowflakes, okay? So they're not all identical, but I made them so that the clip hangs out here so you can hang a charm on them. Really, really cute. So that's the hidden paper clip. So if you take this right here, in the middle of here, you can see, okay, it's going to clip to your page. And it's going to be an envelope on one side and the little reindeer on the other, okay? And then you get 3 of my handmade little mittens. Now, these are all the same in each pack, okay? Because I made a ton of these, okay? And they're like, you know, they're like 2 by 2, okay? Really cute as an embellishment on a page, or a tag for a Christmas gift. You can write, write it on the back, and that's just faux stitching. This one, the ones that are in cream, I don't know if you can see, but I embossed the snowflakes on it. So you can add a little charm here. You can add something else to it. They're really fun. I love making those. And then this is a chalkboard star. So you get a chalkboard star that you can write on. This will be cute on the edge of your journal to put the year or whatever, you want to label the book, or, just as a tag. Each one has a pokey little puppy tag that I made. Each little puppy is different. They're all really cute with the same little green. Each one has one of my larger handmade mittens, and the larger ones I did initial and date. Now I hand cut these. I made a template. I hand cut them out of like a lightweight chipboard. I used a lot of cereal boxes and lightweight chipboard that I had around, and then I glued them to the scrapbook paper, cut them again, glued them to the solid scrapbook paper, cut them again, and stitched around in the sewing machine on these, okay? And then poke the hole, add a little fabric and a little wooden snowflake and button, okay? So these are really fun, and if anybody wants to see me do that, I can do a little process video. Same thing with the gingerbread man. Last time I made these, I painted them. This time I cut it out of the chipboard, glued it to the dark brown paper and cut it out, glued it to the cardstock, cut it out. This one I just did the faux stitching around, painted the little face, added the buttons and the fabric and little jingle bell. Okay, so each one has a gingerbread man. And then just a do not open until Christmas tag, and a little wooden truck with the Christmas tree. I've had these in my stash for a while. You can paint these, or you can stain them, or you put ink on them. Whatever you want to do with these, they're really cool. So those are the tags that come in here. And I'm not good with all this, so I'm just gonna do that right there. So you can still kind of see that there's a lot of stuff in here. Then you will get a bag of game pieces. So there's a domino, dice, a jingle bell, like a little number, bingo, wooden bingo. There are a couple of snowflake brads. This is a wooden domino. I think each one has a red wooden domino in it. Tried to put the same type of pieces. They may not all be the same color. There are buttons. So you get like, I'm not good at doing these types of videos all over the place. Anyway, so you get like a little, looks like a little mini checker piece, but I'm not sure what that came from. Domino, a wooden domino, a poker chip. I'm not sure what this game is, but this is really cool. And each one has a red number. I tried to keep the colors. Another little game piece. Tried to keep the colors Christmassy. A little dice, a little candle button, and a stocking button. And there's the little bingo wooden piece. A heart paper clip, the snowflake brads. You get a dark blue, a light blue, 2 light blue and a dark blue, a red jingle bell, and I just stuck a little safety pin in there. They're always fun to put little bits and pieces on. So I got these pieces. I gotta give a shout out to Renee over at GT Designs and Vintage Art Supplies. I bought a couple of her bags of those that she had a while back, and I mean, she sent me a ton of stuff. And if you're looking, in quantity, she has them, okay? Now, Jessica's done the charms, and I almost forgot I had some of these pieces. And when she started doing her charms again, I'm like, oh, I need to use my game pieces. So she drills holes in hers and then uses a jump ring. So you can do it that way, or what I do, and I just left them like they are so to give you the option of how you want to play with them, okay? I use bails. So I take the jewelry bails and the E6000 glue, and I glue the bails on the back, okay? So, but I want you to see there are different sizes of bails, okay? So it really, I hope you can see this. So it really depends on, you can see the difference in the size of the holes, okay? So it really depends on how you want to use it, you know, what you want to put it on, as to whether you want to use a bail and glue that on there, or if you want to drill holes in it and use jump rings, or you can use these little, I'm just trying to give you options. These little screw eyelets like you use on frames. And I haven't even opened this up because I don't want to go using my fabric scissors. Wow, okay. I'll see how challenged I am some days. Okay, so you can use these little screw, you see that? These little screw eyelets on them. If you drill holes in them, you can do that. Or drill holes through them and use jump rings. So it just depends on how you want to use it, okay? So you get all that, and then you get 3 of these really cool vintage wooden dominoes that I haven't even used any of mine yet, but I bought a whole set of them to use on my children's journals, and I just hadn't used any yet because I've got to go put all the screw eyelets in them. But so you get 3 of those too. And what started all this was when I was working on my Christmas journal this year, and then the mitten journal, and I was doing these tassels like Jessica did. You know, I swiped her idea using the button that the elastic just wraps around this button. So you can undo this and use all these ribbons and pieces any way you want to, okay? Or you can just keep it like this and use it as a charm. So I gave you a clip, a bulb pin, and I forget what these things are called right now. Hello. It's been a long few weeks, y'all. Anyway, so there's, you know, there's a ton of fun stuff in here to play with, or just use and add to it. You can add you another charm. You can add the game pieces. You can clip this on your book, your journal, or whatever you want to do with this stuff. So I just thought it would be fun. I've been making these tags, you know, because I do this, try to do this every year at Christmas for my gifts and stuff for my family, and you know, my grandkid, my granddaughter especially. She loves stuff like that. So I thought, well, I hadn't had time to do a journal, but I've got all this stuff, so let me just put together a few kits. So that's how that all got started. But anyway, so you get all that. So if you're interested, I've only got 3. What I do? Only got 3 right now. I probably could do more. I don't know if I will this year. It just depends on if anybody's really interested. Just email me, and the first 3 people, if there's 3 of you out there who are still doing Christmas shopping for this kind of stuff anyway, just let me know, and I'm gonna put the price. I think I'm gonna price them because I'm gonna have to wrap them in some good bubble wrap, and they won't fit in the small priority box, but they will fit in the flat rate priority padded envelope that cost $8 to ship. So I'm gonna say like $43, and that's shipped within the US for this kit, because there's handmade stuff. There's things in here that took me a while, and I think this is a nice little kit. So if you are interested, just send me an email and let me know. And I love you guys, and I won't sit here and make you watch me put all this back together. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing well, and I will be back soon. I think I might do a few tutorials, you know, over the next couple of weeks. I might come in and just play around, show you some tips on an easy Christmas card to make. Of course, you know, those are ones I'm giving to people at work and stuff. I'm not mailing them because it's a little late to do that now, but for next year. If anybody's interested, let me know. I've got some other things. Or if you're interested in seeing me actually do the mittens or the gingerbread or any gingerbread men or anything like that, let me know. Okay? And I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.